Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tiger Eye. We have a jam-packed episode this week with reporter Casey West talking not only with the members of band, but also Mr. Reinhardt, telling us about the hard work and dedication they need to have to be ready for their competitions. This week's episode is very focused on hard work and competition because next we're talking about something that's sure to have both: Varsity Volleyball's upcoming game against North Iredell. We're getting tons of perspectives about the game from fans, players, and Coach Lombardi. We've got a great episode for you this week. Let's start off by giving it to Casey, talking about the band and the work they put in for competitions.
The Fredgy Ford Band has been working really hard to prepare for their competitions. The beginning of their semester, they spent learning their music and working towards perfection.
The way we prepare for competitions is, so basically we've already learned all of the movements and drill. So the week before a competition is usually spent cleaning up all the drill, making it look, all the forms look nice and neat, and then also making sure that the music fits with the movement.
Usually preparing for the whole group happens during the week through classes and rehearsals and just making sure that everyone knows their parts. But kind of individually preparing is a little bit more difficult because competitions always happen in the morning after a game, but usually just eating, drinking, and sleeping enough.
So whenever we mess up in our music, or some people don't have their music memorized, that's a big challenge since we're supposed to have our music memorized for a long time now.
Within the band, they have sections divided up by different instruments. Section leaders have to step up to manage their musicians.
It's really important that the whole band is working together as a team. We've talked a lot about our student leadership with trying to make sure everybody sees themselves as a team member and trying to put the team before self so that we can all have a common goal so that we all know what we're working towards.
Section leaders are important because leadership sets the example for everyone else in the band and helps teach the younger generations.
My role in the band is the brass captain, so I'm the leader over the whole entire brass section. So it's trumpets, trombones, tubas, baritones. And so my job is to just coordinate the entire group and help section leaders do their jobs. And I also lead the warm-ups and pass out any new materials we get.
As a section leader, I'm in charge of the low reeds, which is tenor sax and bari saxes. And I have to make sure that they always have their dot sheets and their music down with them at the field. And I have to, if they don't know how something sounds or what a note is, I have to teach them what that is.
And it's not even just within my section, even just on the field, if I have people around me that aren't in my section and they still need help with something, I can always help them and just kind of make sure that things are going in the right direction.
I do help people when they mess up. I tell them how they need to fix stuff, but also I'm just it's the second guy in between the band and Mr. Reinhardt.
The strong leadership helps the band come together as one.
One of my most memorable experiences was back in 2017, our marching band won a grand champion for a band competition over at Newton Conover. That's the highest scoring band of the day, and it was a really big moment, and everybody felt really good about it. I think anybody should join band, especially when it's early on in middle school and they have plenty of time to prepare, because it teaches a lot of life skills as well as musical skills. They get to experience working hard for something over a long period of time, which sometimes students don't get that if they don't branch out into athletics or band or some other activity. And it's a lot of fun. We play a lot of different kind of music, stuff that's really recognizable for everybody and stuff that is a little bit more artistic and expressive. So it's just a really good variety.
Thanks, Casey. It's insane how much dedication goes into the band and their competitions. Whether it's band or any extracurricular, you have to have dedication. Ford's varsity volleyball team has just that. I'm talking to not only the coach, but also players and a fan about why the volleyball team has what it takes to win.
Now, what are your strategies going into the North Iredell game?
Strategies. Well, North Iredell is #1 in our conference currently and #1 in the state for 3A. So strategies, we're going to have some really good ball control and just honestly maintain our errors on our end, and we've just got to keep up our momentum and energy throughout the game. I think playing in our gym is a huge advantage, especially coming from North Iredell. They have a very large gym, so I think coming to our small little gym will hopefully help in our favor. But you know, we just got to play our game, and they are a very strong program, but I think we are right there with them as far as being able to compete with them. We just got to be able to believe that and, you know, just trust everyone that's on the court.
Well, the practice before games will look over some videos of them playing or remember how they played from last time, and we'll discuss with coach like where they're going to hit the ball or how they set up their defense and like holes that are open that we can hit into. So we'll practice like with our defense how they're going to hit.
We normally think about like what we did wrong last time and like previous games we've played them, and we think about how we can change and fix our own mistakes rather than focus on what they do. We focus on what we do ourselves.
My strategies going into the game would probably be just always going into it with a positive mindset and the mindset that this is our game.
We're going to have to be on our A game to be able to compete against them. But we will probably see them again in the conference tournament and probably in playoffs again. So we are going to see them more than once.
And then how do you mentally prepare yourself for a game? Are there any like rituals that you do before you serve or anything like that?
I mean, I'm pretty superstitious, so I use like the same hair tie or same socks. But yeah, that's just me. Like as a team, I don't think most people do that, but.
I always listen to the same song before every game, and then I just like to sit there and just relax before the game so that I'm not overthinking and stressing. So.
What song do you listen to?
I listen to Party in the USA, so yeah.
Oh, we always do this chant where we it's the Pump Them Tigers Up. We always go through and then we smack the JV's hand, and then we all get in a circle and we say together on 3 and 1, 2, 3 and we scream together.
How does the game against North Iredell earlier this semester, how does that raise tensions this year?
So we lost to them 3-0 this past season already. You know, and like I said, they are a very strong program. They didn't lose but one senior from last year, and so the starting lineup is their team from last year for the most part. But to go back to last season, we lost to them going for the regional finals. That would have made us go to states. So again, there's like that tension there of, oh my gosh, it's North Iredell and we really want to beat them.
They are #1 in the state, and they beat us last year, so we just are putting in all we can to try and beat them.
Like we've always had a target on our back because we're good. Like them beating us kind of really just like hits you hard because you're like, oh, it can actually happen. It's like that's snobby to say, but it's true.
They're undefeated, and it's such like a big rivalry against us too because we're both two good teams, and it's just to prove who's the better team.
So why should everyone come to the games and watch them?
It helps, I feel like it helps the team whenever the student section's bigger and everybody's supporting and cheering. Fans coming to the game is like a huge support system. And it's like whenever they're just pumping us all up.
We love a really loud environment, especially when the student section's really loud, and if the other team has a big student section, all the yelling just really helps us play better.
It's just a lot better of an environment to play when more people are there. It's just you don't really focus on all the stuff you mess up on because it's not quiet. If it's loud, you don't have enough room to think about everything that you've done wrong.
I like supporting my friends that are on the team, and it's fun. It's really fun being loud.
I think it's a really fun environment to be in and cheering for the games, and I think it's pretty entertaining to watch. I mean, I've never watched us play, but I feel like it'd be entertaining.
So we have two really big games this week. We play St. Stephen's today, and then we play North Iredell on Wednesday. They are huge games, so if you come to support us on Monday, if you buy a ticket and you bring it to the game on Wednesday, you will get in free. So it's a buy one, get one free package deal. So y'all come and support us because we need to have a good fan support for these two games. And everyone needs to come because it is a huge game. Every student in the school needs to be there and support us as a team. And you should scream after every single point, so the refs have to come over there and tell you to stop.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube at Ford Publications. We currently have a volleyball and cross-country montage up. We will continue to make additions, so make sure to turn on your notifications. Well, that's all for this episode. Thank you for tuning in this week, and we'll see you the next.